It's been revealed that Prince Andrew hosted the late ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein as well as Ghislaine Maxwell and Harvey Weinstein at the Royal Lodge, the publicly owned home where he effectively lives rent-free after he paid for its renovation.
Today, we're delving into the latest chapter in the ongoing saga of Sarah Ferguson and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. And trust me, it's messy, dramatic, and intensifying by the week. New reports suggest that Sarah Ferguson is planning to leave the United Kingdom entirely. This isn't a simple getaway or a short break. Sources describe it as a carefully calculated, long-term escape. Interestingly, she's not heading to Abu Dhabi. Instead, Portugal seems to be her destination, where Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooks reportedly own a stunning £3.6 million oceanfront villa. Meanwhile, Andrew continues to face the fallout from the Epstein scandal, under intense scrutiny from the United States, and now confronting the reality of being forced out of Royal Lodge. Insider reports reveal that the former couple appears to be going their separate ways for good. For Sarah, this could mean facing homelessness, a tarnished reputation, and a desperate attempt at reinvention. Buckle up. There's a lot to unpack in this unfolding story.
There's more they can do because, of course, this process started under Queen Elizabeth, as we know, when she eventually, reluctantly, but she did so, stripped Andrew of his HRH status and his public duties, and effectively he was a pariah publicly anyway. It would have been impossible for him to conduct royal duties on behalf of the family.
According to multiple insiders at the Costa Golf and Ocean Club, staff have already begun preparing a guest suite for Sarah Ferguson, purportedly anticipating her arrival in January. This luxurious compound, located along the southern Atlantic coast, just a short drive from Lisbon, is known for its heavy security, extreme privacy, and celebrity residence. The list of neighbors reads like a who's who of Hollywood. Madonna, Scarlett Johansson, Alicia Vikander, Michael Fassbender, and Nicole Kidman, who is said to have applied for Portuguese residency. Rumors are swirling that Sarah could be arriving within weeks for a potentially extended stay. One neighbor told reporters, "The word here is that Fergie will be arriving sometime in January. How long she stays is anyone's guess, but she will fit right into the social scene. This isn't a weekend getaway. This isn't a girls' trip. This is an exile." So, what's really driving her to pack up and head to Portugal? Let's uncover the truth behind this dramatic move.
This new deal is being sold as a royal trade-off of sorts after weeks of mounting speculation and criticism over whether Prince Andrew would be evicted from Royal Lodge. It seems he's ultimately found a way out, but on his terms, as widely splashed across British tabloids today.
Sarah and Andrew are being forced out of Royal Lodge, their sprawling Windsor residence where they've lived together for 17 years, even after their divorce in the 90s. King Charles has made it clear, they must leave. Andrew will relocate alone to a smaller property on the Sandringham estate, but Sarah has no such arrangement. Palace insiders revealed there is no plan for her. No cottage, no annex, not even a grace in favor option. She's been told she must arrange her own accommodations, which in effect could leave her homeless. Sources close to the matter emphasize that the split from Andrew is real, final, and emotionally devastating. After nearly 2 decades of living as unofficial partners, long after their marriage ended, their cohabitation, once the last thread of connection, is now over.
Sarah Ferguson, she's like a lot more of his friends. They're all running scared, they're all running away. Our daughter suffered 14 years of physical and mental abuse by a similar man who's now in prison.
Sarah's troubles didn't start at Royal Lodge. They go back decades, fueled by a string of scandals. But things took a sharp turn when a leaked email revealed she referred to Jeffrey Epstein as a supreme friend. The fallout was immediate and severe. Her already fragile reputation took another hit. Every charity role she held vanished. She was removed as an ambassador for the British Heart Foundation, and several other organizations quietly severed ties. Meanwhile, American investigators in Congress have reignited the Epstein inquiry. New subpoenas, mounting pressure, and renewed scrutiny have targeted everyone who had connections to Epstein. While Andrew remains at the center of the storm, Sarah is suddenly back in the spotlight. A US-based source familiar with the Costa Gulf and Ocean Club says the location is ideal for Fergie to lay low while the Epstein investigation continues. Surrounded by family and friends, she can escape the hostile atmosphere in England and take refuge in privacy and relative safety.
Well, this image shows them all at birthday celebrations at the mansion in 2006. Now, that was just 2 months after a US arrest warrant was issued for Epstein for the sexual assault of a minor, and Epstein was then arrested by police in Florida.
In other words, Portugal isn't just a sunny getaway, it's a shield. The backlash against Sarah has been intense. She was quietly removed from ITV's Loose Women, where she had once been welcomed as a friendly, lively guest. Producers reportedly didn't want to deal with the storm now surrounding her. Meanwhile, reports have emerged of high-level meetings with a brand rescue team. Yes, sources used that exact phrase, a full corporate-style reputation rebuild. Insiders say the discussions focus on how Sarah can survive financially once she leaves Royal Lodge and how she can continue to generate income after losing her titles, charity roles, and place within the royal system. It's essentially a complete restart. Her daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, are reportedly deeply concerned. Both are said to be urging Sarah to step back, focus on rebuilding her public image, and create distance from the scandals that continue to engulf their family.
A children's charity is distancing itself from Sarah Ferguson. After an email the Duchess of York sent to convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein in 2011, calling him a, quote, supreme friend resurfaced, Child Hospice Center Julia's House has issued a statement confirming they'll no longer be associating with the royal.
And now, in what appears to be a carefully planned rescue, Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank are offering their luxury Portuguese home as a safe landing spot for Sarah. The Brooksbanks purchased the Costa Terra property in 2022. Situated in a celebrity-packed enclave along the Atlantic, the estate boasts a golf course, spa, and some of the most expensive homes in Portugal. Buckingham Palace has pushed back on claims that Eugenie pays only a token rent for her London residence, Ivy Cottage, but has not clarified whether she pays the full rate. Regardless, this Portuguese estate is clearly their primary base, and the fact that they are preparing it for Sarah speaks volumes. They know January will be tumultuous, that the fallout will escalate, and that Sarah will need a refuge far from the British press. Meanwhile, cracks in the Windsor household are now public. Andrew is set to move to a smaller property on the Sandringham estate, still facing immense pressure from the king, the public, and ongoing international investigations.
And the king has taken it further and stripped him of private funding in a bid to kind of smoke him out of Royal Lodge. But the trouble is, as we've often said on this programme, he has this cast iron lease on Royal Lodge that is going to, 170 odd years.
Andrew's finances are precarious, and his reputation is in tatters. Sarah cannot follow him. Not only has she not been invited, but sources say the palace doesn't want her there. Andrew himself is reportedly too consumed by his own crisis to shoulder her as well. Recent reports reveal the pair have had tense dinners, discussing their inevitable split and what will happen when the eviction from Royal Lodge finally comes. One insider described Sarah as panicked, anxious, and increasingly emotional, coming to terms with the reality that she and Andrew will physically separate for the first time in decades. Leaving the UK would make that separation even more permanent. Costa Terra is no random choice. It's one of Europe's most exclusive hideaways. Former NBC executive Ted Harbert called it the Hamptons of Europe. The estate boasts private beaches, top-notch security, private chefs, and a social circle filled with Hollywood stars. For a woman who has just lost her royal privileges and desperately wants to maintain her social standing, It offers the perfect environment to blend in without being consumed by scandal. Sarah's troubles extend beyond her royal fallout. In the past year, financial controversies have resurfaced, including her involvement with Pegasus Group Holdings, a failed Bitcoin mining venture she promoted. The project, which promised major development in the Nevada desert, collapsed amid allegations that investors' money vanished. Sarah reportedly earned £200,000 plus a promised £1.2 million bonus before the company imploded. This story is now circulating again, hitting just as the Royal Lodge eviction becomes reality. Add to that resurfaced stories about her book sales, lingering business debts, and ongoing questions about how she has funded her lifestyle for so long, and it's clear Sarah's public image is under immense pressure, at a moment when she can least afford it.
I have no sympathy whatsoever for Sarah Ferguson and her friends and Andrew. I think they should stand down. It's time we remove the lot of them. There's a lot more than her, and they're all running scared, making excuses up now for what's been happening.
For someone on the verge of losing her home, the financial pressure is mounting, and this is one reason her daughters are stepping in. Sarah simply cannot maintain a Windsor-level lifestyle without a Windsor roof over her head. Meanwhile, Andrew's turmoil directly impacts hers. In recent months, more damaging stories about him have surfaced. Former staff have recounted shocking behavior behind closed doors, repeating earlier claims of his arrogance, volatile temper, and infamous catchphrase, barking at staff, that made headlines earlier this year. New interviews with Andrew Lay, author of Entitled, highlight patterns of entitlement and bullying that date back to Andrew's school days. Lay shared fresh examples of his behavior toward women, staff, and colleagues. Combine that with mounting pressure from the U.S. Congress, which continues to demand transparency around Epstein's network, and it's clear the scandal isn't fading, it's intensifying. Every mention of Andrew drags Sarah's name back into the spotlight. According to new reports, Sarah has been spending her final days at Royal Lodge quietly, retreating to a private bar on the estate to confide in staff and express her fears. She is reportedly terrified about losing her home, about her finances, about being implicated in the Epstein investigation, and about the impact on Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Privately, she is said to be exhausted, overwhelmed, and heartbroken over leaving the estate she has considered her true home for years. Friends say the Portugal plan isn't a luxury getaway, it's a survival strategy. Insiders are divided on whether she will eventually return once the storm settles. Some insiders believe this could mark the start of a permanent relocation, especially if Eugenie and Jack continue building their life in Portugal. Sarah may ultimately settle in southern Europe full-time, a private, warm haven far from the relentless tabloids. It also keeps her close to Eugenie, who has become a key emotional anchor as her life in the UK crumbles. Right now, the only certainty is that Sarah is leaving. Once married into one of the world's most powerful families, she held royal status, charity roles, and a permanent residence on the Windsor estate. Today, she's being removed from her home, cut off from the palace, dropped by charities, shunned by television networks, and forced to rely on her daughter for a way to escape public humiliation. Many would say this fall from grace was long overdue. Her connections to Epstein, past financial controversies, her proximity to Andrew, and that infamous leaked email have all converged into a perfect storm. Now, she is preparing to leave the country altogether. As it stands, Sarah Ferguson is set to depart Britain in January, seeking refuge in a £3.6 million Portuguese villa, while her ex-husband relocates to Norfolk under the watch of an increasingly impatient king. For the first time in nearly 2 decades, the former couple will be physically and emotionally separated. And everything suggests this is only the beginning of a far larger upheaval. For updates on the eviction deadline, her move to Portugal, any public appearances, and the ongoing investigations surrounding Andrew, make sure to subscribe. This story isn't slowing down, it's accelerating.